We are just about 10 miles south of downtown. You get a look inside NRG Stadium in Houston, the home of the Texans. About ready to get this one started. Jaime Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Houston. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive in there. Now the Ravens' big-ticket free agent acquisition. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early. And we see it here. Nice first play pickup. Fresh set of downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be second down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
Second and 7. Bateman is the motion man. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And stretching it out toward the sideline, but the defense gets to him. He'll be taken down for a loss.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
In motion comes Andrews. On third down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Man acquired by trade in the offseason, it's Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield.
I think this is something that we can expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
On first and 10, here's Stroud. He's got the veteran, that's Robert Woods. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They face second down and 7. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Down at the 12. It's first and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This one caught by Mechie.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. The motion man here is Woods. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And he will get into the end zone. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Houston. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
So, 7-0 the score, and set now for the dynamic kickoff. Tylan Wallace now on the return. And he'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Ravens offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. The motion man is Johnson. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. A 1st down throw for Jackson. He finds Likely, his tight end. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. The motion man is Johnson. 2nd down, Jackson. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
The motion man is Johnson. 3rd and short, Jackson. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Jackson up top again. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the option, they give it to Henry. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Gun, here's Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's out of bounds in great shape, down at the 15-yard line. A big play there on the scramble. 31 yards.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive. Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. The motion man is Johnson. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Now Jackson, this a designed run. And he will do it himself. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Here's Steven Sims to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Texans offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his field, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That's caught. It's Joe Mixon taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a 1st down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of the Ravens has it. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. The Texans offense ready to take over once again. They'll start in outstanding field position, looking for a way to break our top. Just pushing guys away as he takes this forward for a gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Off the play fake, here's Stroud. Tight end, Quatoriano. You try to use that size to push forward, but it's not gonna work. Defense strong up front, and they're gonna get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
From the gun here on third down, it's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. This returnable for Wallace. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Bateman is the motion man. On play action, here's Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Third and a yard. He'll try and run for this with Henry. He will have a Ravens first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. It's 2nd down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but If they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
Now a 3rd and 2. Bateman is the motion man. A design run here with Jackson. He will have a Ravens first down. They needed 2 and gained 6.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. This is Henry. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 8. From the gun, Jackson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. On first and 10, Jackson. Catch made, right side. It's Johnson. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Jackson going to keep this one himself. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal. The motion man is Johnson. Henry tries to bull his way in. This defense back up, but stepping up. No gain on the play. It stays at the 3.
Although I would have liked to have seen them throw the ball on one of the 2 prior downs, now after getting stopped twice, Mike, they haven't gained an inch on the ground. I think on third down, you have no choice but to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a play through the air.
Third and goal for Jackson. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
These are the plays that drive a coach crazy. Third and goal. You put the ball into the hands of your quarterback and you trust them to make good decisions. But in this case, once there was nowhere to go with the ball, once all the throwing lanes were taken away, this ball needs to come out. You cannot take a sack and make fourth and goal that much more difficult.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens will level the score at 10 apiece.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
On 2nd down, Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
It is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Wallace now on the return. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Ravens offense about ready to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw. That is intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 11 yards on the connection there. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to Mixon. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
In the midst of a tight game like that, you're looking for every play that you can make to try to gain advantage. And if you can continue to get after the quarterback, disrupt the rhythm and timing of this quarterback in the 2nd half, that could be the difference of you being able to pull away.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Texans going to take the lead. It's now 13 to 10.
So it's not exactly what but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Bear Baron, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Justice Hill to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Ravens offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll take this up past the 40, a pickup of 5. The motion man is Johnson. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now it's Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Now Jackson, this a designed run.
And a nice job there defensively on 3rd down, not overcommitting to their pass rush, having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner. They're able to stop him short of the 1st down.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have the Ravens 1st down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down.
1st down run here by Henry, and he signed with the Ravens this offseason. I mean, you think back to that run he had with the Titans, Mike, over the last 6 seasons, over 8,200 yards, 80 touchdowns. I mean, one of the most productive backs we've seen in a long time. Now it's kind of scary to think he gets to join Lamar Jackson in this Baltimore backfield. They hope the two of them can be that combo to finally get this Baltimore team over the hump. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He's got room to roam. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Play action now. Jackson. He's got his big tight end, Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Ravens. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Texans offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. The home team's offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. On play action, Stroud. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now Stroud. That's complete. It's Tank Dell.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll find Woods. That one is caught. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Now he'll run it. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Stroud going to set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Kyle Hamilton, the versatile defender, with the good coverage there.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Texans cut the deficit down to 1.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Ravens offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Ravens are in front. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, on the return, here's Sim. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Stroud. This one caught by Mechie. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Here's Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down.
This play is actually really well defended here, but I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
On the ground, it's Mixon. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. Whoa. Call it a gain of 13. First down for Houston.
First down pickup by Mixon, and he's one of the Texans' many additions this offseason. It's pretty incredible to think, Mike, in only his 2nd year as the head coach, the roster that DeMeco Ryans continues to assemble. Not only is Mixon still a productive back in his own right, but he should take a lot of pressure off C.J. Stroud.
That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. John Mechie was the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
They'll try and run for this with Mixon. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's good for a Texans first down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at three situations. Can you run the ball in the fourth quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
On first down, it's Stroud. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Stroud to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up third and goal. They'll try and run with Mixon. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This about as short as you can get. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will take the lead here in the third quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with first and 10. On the ground, here's Henry. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. From the gun, Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and So far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. In motion comes Andrews. On 3rd and 1, here's Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Bateman is the motion man. To the air one more time with Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
In motion comes Andrews. Jackson up top again, and he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Third and long. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. A throw on the run is complete. 2 receptions for him on this drive. This one good for 16 yards.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
They'll motion over Flowers. A first down throw for Jackson. That's to the right side and incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. They'll run out of the gun with Henry, and that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3. Jackson under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Daniil Hunter, pass rusher extraordinaire, in action again.
Hunter wasn't going to be denied on that one, Mike. And here's a guy that even though he's found a new home here in Houston, and what can we say about this defense that DeMeco Ryans continues to put together, but he continues to produce at the same level we've come to expect from him. 16.5 sacks a year ago, and he adds another one right here. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. On the return, here's Sims. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Catch made. That's Woods. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They will work the middle with Mixon. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On the option, they give it to Mixon. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. So these teams trade field goals in the third as we come to the end of the quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll stick to the ground. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. To throw is Stroud. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation. And for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And this one is off the mark. It is no good. The visitors' offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers. Here's 2nd and 2. It's the tight end Likely in motion. 2nd down, Jackson. He'll go right back to Flowers. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Play action now. Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He'll get the first down inside the 15. And he's going to take this all the way home. Derrick Henry, touchdown Baltimore. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the fourth quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. Here's Pierce for the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Mechie, the man in motion. He'll run, and he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. Here's Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Now here comes the screen to Pierce. Give him 13 on that screen play and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Stroud. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. He's going to run it. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And they'll get about half of it. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
It's the tight end likely in motion. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. The motion man is Johnson. On the give, here's Henry. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's shoved out of bounds and probably loses a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
The play clock down to 0, and this not the best of sequences. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. So Tucker is back out. After making the field goal, he'll kick this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
A second down throw for Stroud. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now Stroud. He's got a receiver. That's Woods. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
That one underneath here to Mixon, ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On first down, it's Stroud. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
He'll find Woods. That one is caught.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. Stroud to throw. High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This to get back to a 1-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Ravens offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They face 2nd down and 7. He'll go again here with Henry. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Going to go right back to Henry. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to this second down play. This is Henry, and he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So now, after the penalty, a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.